Hey guys, welcome back to the video review. I hope you're doing very nice and I'm sending a lot of hugs and positivity to all of you. Now in today's video, I am going to be sharing all the books that I have read in January. I have read up to 12 books, and then in the end I will share a list of the books that I'm going to read in February because I did not want to make two separate videos for it. Let's begin. Coming to fiction, I have not completed this book entirely, but The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn, I am not able to understand what is going on in this. I was not able to understand, so it is taking me a little bit of time. I am going to finish it very soon, so I just thought of including it in the video anyways. I like the vibe of the book. It is so dark and it's completely unpredictable to a point where you don't even understand what is going on till a certain point. Now if you are a beginner in the reading world, then I don't suggest that you start with this book because it's a little complicated. But if you are an avid reader and you like dark, unpredictable content which is a little complex to understand but very interesting and thrilling and or mysterious, then you must pick this book up. The next book that I finished is Norwegian Wood by Murakami. Again, this was there in my TBR of 2020. I love this book so much. I've been said that Norwegian Wood does not exactly have the Murakami vibes as much as Kafka on the Shore, and I want to read that book soon. But on the other hand, this book is so good. It is written with such simplicity. I mean, it's just a story of a guy who is actually thinking in his flashback about all the things in his young years and about the love of his life and all those kind of things, and it's a beautiful story. What I really liked about the book is that Murakami will talk about one scene or one person or one situation. He will go into the depth of the situation. He will elaborate it for you. You can imagine every single detail, and then he will take you out of it slowly, and then he will move you next again to a next person, to the next situation or to the next scenario. And I'm like, now it's a very slow read, actually speaking, because you don't see a lot of progress in the plot very early on because of the same reason that I said. So if you want a fast-paced read, I don't think I will suggest this book to you. But if you really want to really enjoy reading and imagine everything, and there is this essence when you read a book where as if you're living in Japan or something, then you must pick this book up. The next two books are review copies. This is What the Eyes See by Nitya Ravi. This is a collection of short stories. They're horrifying. And this is Freedom by J&K. Now it has two stories. One is of Honey, who is a detective. She's an ambitious detective, but she gets caught up into a case of human trafficking. And the second story is of Rasbeen. She has a lot of ambitions. She's intelligent, she's smart, everything is good, but she has a lot of negative influence from her father. Now I did not like this book a lot because of the writing style. There are no punctuations anywhere, and there are a lot of grammatical errors, because of which I was not able to enjoy the book. I loved the topic, I loved the story, the plot, but the writing style just killed it for me. So yeah, it was not for me. Coming to audiobooks, I have read almost 5 audiobooks this month, and honestly speaking, I feel like it is because of audiobooks that I was able to reach this number. And I mainly listened to fiction books. I have listened to non-fiction books also, but mainly because I really wanted to listen to all the emotions. So the first book that I listened to was Why You're Still Stuck by Drew Gerald. I got this book as a gift by the author. It was not a review copy, and I was not very excited to read it, honestly speaking, because I've already read so many books on this topic. But I read it, and it is a very short book, and I was blown. I was literally blown by how amazing this book is and how different it is from any other book that I have read on this topic. Especially, it talks about very simple things deep rooted in your psychology because of our day-to-day life, because of a lot of conditioning that has happened to us since childhood, because of our past and those kind of things. And it is so simple to get out of a rut, and I never thought it could be that simple. Why I liked that book is because first the author shares the 7 reasons why we feel stuck, and then 7 solutions to it, and it's so simple that I never noticed it in my life. And even though I don't feel very stuck most of the times, there are times when I feel oh my god, what is going on in my life, and I'm not able to live it to the fullest, I don't know how to explain it, but to the fullest. And I read this book, and the amount of changes this book made to me is crazy. So if you want to read something very simple about why you were stuck, but something that is very deeply rooted in your psychology, then you must read this book. I am going to leave a link to this book in my description. You can go and buy it over there, and if you enter the coupon code Libro Review, Libro Review, then you will also get a 20% discount. The next book is We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Adichie, and I do have the physical copy of this book, but I still listen to it as an audiobook because I wanted to listen to all the emotions while it is being narrated. It is crazy as to how I realized that being a feminist comes with a lot of baggage, even if you are a woman, but that baggage shouldn't be there. I, till a certain time, felt like if I am a feminist, then I am not standing up for, you know, all the wrong things that is happening with men. And I had this thought process for the longest time, but after reading this book, I have realized that being a feminist does not mean that you are against men or you are bashing men. And not only this, it has a lot more, you know, things like thoughts that we have in our brain because of which we do not call ourselves as feminists. And this book tells you how we should all be feminists and we should be proud of it. So yes, I do recommend this book as a must read because it's really short, it's very easy to read, and it really talks about some very, very important issues. The next book is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins, and this book is the story of Evelyn Hugo. She is this girl who has had a very rough childhood, so she wants to get out of that place and she wants to, you know, live the Hollywood dream. She wants to become an actress. Like, she's very ambitious, good, amazing. She has this very sensual body, everything is great. The only problem is that she's so obsessed with you know, her ambitions that she can do anything in the world to achieve them, which is why she's marrying different men, which is why she's trading her body for success. All this is going on until she falls in love and she realizes something about herself that she cannot, the society will not accept. Evelyn Hugo is so unapologetic about whatever she is doing. Even if she's doing all these things, I liked her because of how unapologetic she is, because of how accepting she is towards herself, how she does not judge anybody else. But she has this really, really nice, simple, lovable heart that comes out when she falls in love with the person she has fallen in love with, and she is doing anything in the world to keep the love of her life in her life. So it was such a beautiful story with so many ups and downs. I loved it so much. If you want to read something out of the line, you must read this book. The next book is Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. Now this book is about a girl, Frances, who is a very introvert kind of a person. She does not have a lot of friends, but on the other hand, she really likes this podcast called Universe City, and it is a very underrated podcast. It does not have a lot of followers, subscribers on YouTube, but she ends up making friends with the creator of Universe City. And then there is a lot of secrets open up about Frances and then the creator of Universe City. I loved it so much because it's very, very simple, and I'm not able to exactly talk about it because I don't want to give any spoilers. It just shows how everybody is having so many complications in their life, but there are certain relations that you cannot let go of, certain friendships that you cannot let go of. It's a beautiful, simple, emotional story. If you want to read something emotional, very, very simple, related to friendship, sexualities, different sexualities, it also has LGBTQ elements in it, then you must read this book. The next book is My Sister, the Serial Killer. Now this is the book that I have not read completely, so I'm not going to talk a lot about it. Only a little bit of it is left, so I will probably talk about it in February, but I just included it in this video because I almost finished it. Coming to nonfiction, I haven't read a lot of nonfiction this month, but the books that I have read, I really like them. The first book is Chase Your Life Dreams by Alka Dikshit. Now this book is about how certain thoughts you can have while you are chasing your life dreams, and how it can change your life and how it can simplify your life to a very, very great extent. I really liked the book. It does have thoughts, and lessons that we need to remember in our day-to-day life, especially while chasing our dreams. The next book is The Heart of Success by Om Swami. Om Swami is one of my most favorite authors. This was sent to me as a review copy by the publishers. Honestly speaking, because of the cover, I did not have high expectations from this book. I was judging the book by its cover. So bad, Anshul, so bad. But when I read the book, I'm like, ah. And in the beginning, I was like, Om Swami is a monk. Then how is he supposed to talk about success and business? But when I read this book, I came to know that he has built million companies before he became a monk, and then he gave it all up and then became a monk. So he does know a lot about business and growing a business and those kind of things. It has like this simple outline that you can just keep in your mind, like very, very simple things, but very important things. And the way Om Swami has expressed it in this book is crazy good, and it just goes inside you. There is no battling in taking the information in your brain. So that is why I really like this book. And if you want to read something, if you really want to understand what the heart of success is and how you can define your own success and feel fulfilled, then you must read this book. The next book is Notes on a Nervous Planet by Matt Haig. Now this was there in my TBR 2020. Again, oh my god, I want to give this book like 10 on 5 or something when it comes to rating. It's so good. It's so good. So it basically talks about how day by day our life is just becoming so full of information that we're just like all stressed out, and for some reason being stressed out has now become normal for us. But being stressed is not as simple as that. Being stressed is not the normal state of a human being, and that is leading to so many mental health issues nowadays. Now this book is like, it's in the form of notes, and it's very, very easy to read. You will read one line, it'll be so simple, but it'll like fuck your brain, literally. It's that good. And it talks about mental health, it talks about how to simplify your life, how to live a fulfilled life that actually makes you happy. So you must read this book if you want to read something like this. Talking about the books that I'm going to read in February, Karma and Reincarnation by Elizabeth Clare Prophet and Patricia Spadaro. I'm pretty sure after reading the book I'll know how to pronounce the names. I am rereading this book because I don't remember whether I liked this book or not when I read it last time, and I read it like 2 years back. The Musk Syndrome by Rozbe Barucha. Again, I started reading this book. I loved reading this book, but I kept it, so I'm going to start again and I'm going to finish it this time. Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. It is there in my TBR of 2020, and I really need, like, I love Elizabeth Gilbert so much, and I can't wait to experience her, so I'm picking this book up. Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. Now this, like, I've already read it before and I love this book so much. It's big and thick and all those kind of things, so I'm rereading it because it's really dark, and like it gives me those chilly vibes, and I'm really missing being into this world, like diving into this world. So I picked this book up. So Lucky by Dawn O. Porter. Now this was sent to me as a review copy by HarperCollins. I read it a little bit. I did enjoy it, but I was not able to finish it. I don't even know why. So I'm finishing it this month. Retire Rich by P.V. Subramaniam. This was sent to me as a gift by Kavita. I have already talked about this. It is also there in my TBR of 2020, and I really want to learn about money in the Indian system. Like, I've read books based on finance before, but they're all in dollars, and they're all about like other money systems and stuff like that, financial systems. I want to read about it related to this country, so I'm picking this book up. Last, it is That Will Never Work by Mark Randolph. I'm so happy the publishers sent it to me. I'm really excited about reading this book. I already started it actually, but I did not finish it, and I want to finish it now. On Thursday, I'm coming up with this video where I'm going to be telling you what books you can gift to your partners on Valentine's Day. For some reason, I don't know why you have the Rose Day and Chocolate Day and all those days. I don't know why you don't have book days. So I just thought of like aiming right at the point, Valentine's Day. If your partner is a bookworm, then books is going to be like the best gift for them, and I'm going to provide you with a small tiny guide in hope of helping you. So this was it. I just hope you like this video. Please do stay tuned for Thursday. Share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye.